Hey there, this is meteorologist Jamey Singleton. Pardon me, I don't have a camera guy. I'm on vacation. I'm using my iPod here, so I hope you can even see me. But keeping you up to date on this very volatile, potentially dangerous weather situation. I don't know if this is going to rival the derecho that we had at the end of June, but it certainly is something to watch in terms of clusters of storms that could produce some widespread wind damage out there. So the concern is elevated today, it's raised, and we're looking at actually a couple of disturbances scooting on through the area and picking up some steam. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. This right here is the local radar picture. You see the static image a lot, but I wanted to show you this in motion. It is 11:30 Eastern time, and you can see how this one shower has kind of weakened around the Roanoke Valley area right there, running into some probably some hot air aloft. More activity down here with a lot of lightning, but nothing severe with this cluster right here, so that is certainly some good news. If we back the picture out just a little bit here, I can show you a different image. This is going to take us to the upper Midwest. Alright, so to get your bearings, Roanoke down here, and you can actually see that up here at the top of your screen, right there, we had some severe weather, 80-mile-an-hour winds earlier this morning, and now with what's going on around Chicagoland, look at all the storm reports and lightning that came out of Chicago. You can see this is the concern because this is where that July or June 29th storm started, and these are all storm reports, winds of, there you see right there on the screen, a 2-foot diameter limb down by a thunderstorm. Just going over some of these with you here. Wind speed up to 60 miles an hour, power lines down, trees and signs down in different communities, and I'm kind of reading this along with you here. 70 mile an hour winds there around Chicago, and also 53 mile per hour winds. There's a 71 mile an hour wind gust. So this line right here bears watching as it moves a little bit closer to our area. Again, we are right here, and this is kind of moving southeast. Let me switch sources with you here. This is my AWIPS, or my simulated AWIPS, and again, Roanoke is, let's see, right here. So this is our first complex, and this hasn't gone severe yet. But I'm watching upstream. This is that second one that brought the 80-mile-an-hour winds that I was just showing you to the Chicagoland area. Look how fast it raced on through the area. These are upper level winds, by the way, in blue, that are pushing these things around. And these storms, when they develop into a derecho, they're able to tap those higher winds and bring them down to the ground. A couple other things I want to show you here. This is the what I'll look at in terms of instability, storm potential, and you can see Virginia right here. Very high instability. So when we take a storm and move it into that, it can quickly become severe. So even with cluster number 1 that's already moving into the area, these could become severe any time around the New River Valley. But with cluster number 2 right there, that's something we're going to have to watch. There's one thing about this, the one we had at the end of June, it was a dry event. In other words, there wasn't any rain out ahead of it. But now we've got rain out ahead of it, which could hinder, if there's any good news, it could hinder some of the development of the second system. And we also have here an enhanced satellite picture showing you just how the clusters got going fast this morning in West Virginia, now hitting the Mountain Empire, New River Valley. Hard to take your eyes off of Chicago and northern parts of Indiana. That's what we're going to have to watch for later on this afternoon and later on this evening. And of course the heat is a big factor as well. It continues to build up here, and that's going to be a problem as some of these storms move on in. You can see the warning still coming out with that second line. So folks, here's the deal. We can look at all the computer models we want to, but these type scenarios, what we have to do is nowcast. I can't tell you if Salem's going to get hit at 4:30. I can't tell you about Vinton. I can't tell you about Christiansburg almost until the line's right on top of us. And some of the computer models today are kind of jumping around on this and weakening it a little bit. Some of them are keeping the faith and having it cross the mountains. I do think that Chicago complex has a good chance of doing that. So we need to watch that very carefully. And I will be here watching it with you here. Pardon the weirdness here as I'm controlling the iPad and the multiple monitors as well. And be patient on Facebook too. I'm getting hundreds of new subscribers every half hour, so that's encouraging. But be safe out there as well. That's your noon update. By the time this gets posted, it'll likely be noon. I'm meteorologist Jamey Singleton for Brooke Eads and the rest of the crew. Be safe out there and keep it here for further updates.